Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024. A day that sadly did not go according to full plan, was still an outstanding day regardless, and I had a ton of fun with the audience, so let's talk about it. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. So today was Black Myth Wukong premiere day, but before we got there, we had a fun level 1 podcast discussing all different kinds of stuff going on, but notably, a drama story, sadly, about a secret detractor Discord being discovered. I wish that I was being like, oh, Phil's being silly. No, it actually was named Secret Detractor Discord, okay? Pretty silly. By the way, I forgot to remove my goals for the day. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. So it was a story about that, some funny stuff, some good hijinks, and just hanging out and having a good time on the podcast with lots of viewers because, of course, people were hyped for the premiere of Black Myth Wukong, so obviously the podcast went well. Then we jumped into Black Myth Wukong. The game runs absolutely beautifully on my PC. In fact, the entire night, I only had one fight against a giant frog monster in a really super reflective pond because I had ray tracing on that I had a few frame dips. Outside of that, it was 120 hertz, 120 frames, literally all day long. No problems whatsoever with the graphics, full cinema mode, everything enabled up high. It was super amazing. The controls, responsive, excellent. Had a ton of fun with this game, didn't feel sluggish at all. And by the end of the night, I admitted best looking game I'd ever seen. Why? First game I've ever played with full ray tracing like this. The lighting was absolutely absurdly good. So after 5 hours, in a nutshell, this is not Dark Souls whatsoever. This is not Sekiro. This is not Elden Ring. It plays very differently. It plays like an action game, similar to, say, some of the older God of War games, some of the older Ninja Gaiden games, which are very difficult, or even like Bayonetta. Like the dodging system feels exactly like Bayonetta, actually. The difference is, you die after just a few hits. It has the whole temples as your bonfire system of stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of the mechanics of Dark Souls either. Like, you don't have to run back and pick up your souls if you die or anything. You keep your experience permanently, okay? This game has a ginormous tree of upgrades. There's so much to do. I can imagine people playing this and playing it differently because there's so many skills and abilities to get. Overall, today, after 5 hours of it, I like it, and I'm looking forward to more tomorrow. We're in the second chapter now. I don't want to spoil too much because I'll talk more about this in depth on my podcast, and obviously I want you to watch the videos. If you do, please, day one of any new release like this is critically important. Please like the videos and leave comments on them. That will allow those videos to hit the YouTube algorithm and get popularity and attention, and that would help this channel tremendously. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate that, okay? So, outstanding game, but sadly, things didn't go according to plan today. The second stream was supposed to be me doing co-op with the guys from Kino Casino and Mudahar. Well, apparently what happened was Mudahar couldn't make it. Something happened. I don't know if it was an emergency or whatever. And because of that, they had to cancel. Like, I actually told them, hey, we could do whatever. If you guys still want to do a stream, we could still do it. I don't know if you want to do the gameplay or, what you want to do. It would really be their call what they wanted to do. And so at first they said, yeah, we're probably just still going to do the stream without Mudahar. It'll be just 3 of us, or maybe we could get a 4th. But then they were like, nah, you know what? We just want to cancel it for now. And I was like, all right, well, if you guys want me to appear on your show in the next week instead as like a makeup for this, I'm down for that or whatever. Or if we can schedule this, I would love to do it. So anyway, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. I don't. Okay. So I guess we'll see what happens. But sadly, the co-op didn't happen. I wanted it to happen. It was completely out of my control. And it sucks that it didn't happen. But I guess that's life. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. But I would like to still do it in the future. There's no reason for me not to do it. Anyway, what ended up happening was the casino guys sent their viewers over to my channel for a late stream, which was a second stream of Black Myth. And it went well. So, by the way, everything today, exceptional support. Once again, 2 more streams. We crushed it. Every goal was met and exceeded. Plus tons of super chats, tons of members. The channel is exploding with views, engagement, and support in every single way. So thank you guys. This was a huge new release day for me, and it worked out really well for the channel. Now we'll see how the videos do after the fact with views and the like. But as for the premiere, it went incredibly smoothly. Everyone loved it. I had a good time with it. Support was great. Chat was great. Everything was great. Okay? 9 straight streams, we've crushed the goals and continuing. Wonder if we can keep that up tomorrow. Now, the one final thing, the elephant in the room. This is the Divoom Pixu 64. It is the biggest digital display that Divoom makes. What it is a display that syncs with an app on your phone, and you can do various animations on it by artists that make them, or you can have little applications. Like this is actually scanning my 3 YouTube channels, and live, it kind of updates in generalizations. It's not completely accurate, but it generalizes how many subs, how many views your channel has had, stuff like that, as you can see. So it's going through all my channels right now. It actually has the date and time. It's pretty neat, right? It's pretty neat on there to have that, and it shows up really well on my new camera. The one bummer, I want to use this device to do stuff for each stream. So, for example, tomorrow, I want it to say, welcome to the Level 1 podcast, scrolling on the top. Then I want it to say, topics today, scrolling in the middle. And on the bottom, I'd like to have it have the date. Or maybe I could have a picture of me on here, and it says, welcome to the Level 1 podcast or something like that. When I'm playing Black with Wukong, maybe I could have a picture of Black with Wukong on there and have it scrolling, say Black with Wukong or whatever, right? But I can't figure out the app. Like, I'm trying to figure out this app. This is not intuitive at all. It's like, you could tell it was definitely not made by Americans. It's like, for example, you make text on it, okay? Okay, cool. The text is white. I'd like to make that text blue. Can't figure out how. You can click on the text. There's a whole color thing. You click on the color thing. Nothing happens. Once I was like messing around, and I accidentally did change the colors of the text. I don't know how I did it, and then I couldn't figure out how to do it afterward. So I'm looking online for tutorials and shit. Most people just have like general app walkthroughs, like what each screen is. No one really seems to have gone into detail on how to use the app. Artists apparently spend a ton of time with it and figure it out. But if someone like me, like, I can't figure it out. If anyone's ever used this Divoom app, and knows how to do like a scene in design mode, that's just basics. I just like to get like a picture in there and then have some text that moves and color the text in the background, or have several like text here, text here. That's another thing. I can figure out how to put one thing of text, and that's it. I can't figure out how to put like text, text, text. I can't figure it out. Like this, I could never make this because this has a scrolling text, but it also has text that changes. You know what I mean? I can't figure that out. I don't know how to do that. I'm at a loss, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know. I want to use this thing. It's expensive too. It was over $100. I figured this would be a good addition to streams now that my camera's good and everything. But it's not intuitive or easy to figure out whatsoever. They really should have made a much better app for this thing, especially for the amount of money this thing is. So it works. I'm not going to return it, but I got to have time to figure this shit out. And, what am I going to do? Sit around for hours on end watching tutorial videos if I can even find any? Like right now, no lie. Right now I'm on the Divoom app walkthrough from 3 years ago. Someone is looking at it, trying to explain the different screens, so I'm listening. But I don't know if they're going to go into the design mode and try to make a screen or not. Like, no one seems to be doing that. So I would love advice on that. If anyone has a link to a tutorial or something about it, or maybe you worked on it on your own, you can give me the basics. I would love that feedback, okay? Because I'd love to use this tomorrow for the podcast, for the first stream of Black with Wukong, but I can't really figure it out right now, okay? Okay, cool. Now, tomorrow's streams, let's talk. First of all, Level 1 podcast in the morning and more Black with Wukong after that, okay? Night stream tomorrow night will be Stardew Valley Chill. So all gameplay tomorrow, new release, chill stream to end the week. Can we continue to hit the goals? Can we continue to crush it and keep going? That would be amazing. We keep this momentum going. That would be wild. I don't know how long it'll last, but man, I'm definitely riding this wave of positivity. And again, thank you to the new viewers who've come and become a part of my community and supported and been awesome with engagement. You're awesome. Thank you all so very much. I'm so grateful to have you here, okay? Also tomorrow, white panels are coming for the memory foam setup. So I'm going to replace most of these blue ones here with white so that now the lights will really pop behind my head. And this should be the ultimate layout. Like, this will be the final layout. The best lighting, the best foam. This thing, if I can get it to work all at once, the layout will be dramatically improved, okay? So I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll have some improvements and make this stuff work even better, okay? We'll see. But thank you guys for understanding how today was kind of a mess. Really sucked that the co-op didn't work out. I would love to still do it, but it's really on those guys. It's on the Kino Casino and Mudahar or anyone else to schedule. And I'm waiting to hear back because I did tell them, hey, if you guys wanted me to appear on your show again, in the next week or so, instead as a makeup because we can do the co-op, I'd be willing to do that. But that's really on them, All right, guys. All right. Thank you so very much. Have a good night tomorrow. Black Myth, awesome podcast, Stardew Valley, ultimate background setup finishing, maybe figuring this out. It'll all be cool. All right. I can't wait. Have a good night, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Peace out.